Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are down here in Theodore, Alabama, inside Mobile County, at a place called Serenity Memorial Gardens. And we're here today to visit a man and pay our respects to William Alvin Moody. And if you don't know who that is, that was Paul Bear. Undertaker! Like, I just can't, always just that voice. It's one of those that sticks with you. It's kind of like Roscoe or, from TV shows. Like the geek, that kind of thing. It just sticks with you. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, we're going to walk around, talk a little bit about his life, celebrate his life. We'll go visit the grave here in a little bit. He's buried kind of over that hill. And I'm not over that hill right now because as I'm pulling in, there's probably 15 cars pulling out. And they must have just got through with a funeral. So I'm going to let them put, whoever it is, I'm going to let them, drop the casket. The tractor was coming with the dirt and all that good stuff. So I'm going to let that get out of the way. We'll go through, I thought this was strange how it's just over here by itself. We'll walk, talk, and then we'll go visit the grave as soon as they're done doing what they have to do. So before we do that, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all those things. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the video. William Alvin Moody was born here in Mobile on April 10th, 1954. After high school, he enlisted in the United States Air Force, serving 4 years on duty. During this time, he often wrestled for independent promotions during off-duty hours. And in 1979, Moody began managing as Percy Pringle III. Now, if that name rings a bell, for the start of Black History Month, we went and visited Kamala, the wrestling entertainer, and he managed Percy. Mr. Moody managed him before, Undertaker and all that stuff. And immediately after his first son's birth, he cut back his involvement in the wrestling business, in order to obtain a degree in mortuary science. And he earned a certification as an embalmer and a mortician. It's kind of weird how sometimes things I don't know, like, he would have never been Paul Bear if it wasn't for that, right? My microphone keeps feeling like it's fluttering. The wind's just picked up. So in 1984, he resumed full-time involvement in the wrestling business, using his Pringle character in championship wrestling in Florida and world-class championship wrestling in Texas. During this time, he was world-class championship WCCW. How about that? He was WCCW's answer to Bobby Heenan by doing Heenan-like promotions. Oh, Bobby Heenan, man. Even looking like Heenan as well with the blonde hair and the attire. He served as manager for numerous wrestlers. He notably managed Rick Rude, Stunning Steve Austin, and Mark Calloway in their early careers. Mark Calloway, that's the Undertaker. As Percy Pringle, he was also associated with the careers of Lex Luger, Eric Embry, and the Ultimate Warrior. Moody joined the World Wrestling Federation on December the 22nd of 1990 after being mentioned by Rick Rude to WWF owner Vince McMahon. McMahon used Moody's real-life involvement with the funeral industry to create the character Paul Bear, a name given to him by Road Warrior Hawk and a play on the term Paul Bear, Paul Bear. But nonetheless, in his portrayal of a very historic, ghostly manager, Bear regularly communicated in his shaky, high-pitched, wailing voice and was almost always seen bearing an urn, which led to his mantra, "The power of the urn." That's about as high as I can get. I can't get to his level. That's a whole different thing, right? Allowing his main protege, the Undertaker, to revive his strength. He could use the urn, and that would give the Undertaker his powers. It sounds dumb, but man, it was great when you're a kid. So Moody made his first appearance in '91 as a heel when Brother Love who originally managed The Undertaker, delegated Bear to take on the role of The Undertaker's manager. Complementing The Undertaker's dad gimmick, Bear took on the spooky, ghastly character that we know today. And in February of 2000, Bear, who turned face once more briefly, returned to WWF as Kane's manager, now wearing a red overcoat, aiding and assisting his son in his war against D-Generation X. All this sounds silly. If you don't know, none of this makes sense. But I promise you, it was good. But retired from on-screen performing shortly after WrestleMania 2000. Later that year, he went backstage to serve as a WWF road agent, stage manager, talent scout, that kind of stuff. His contract ended in 2002. So, in October of 2003, he signed a new 3-year contract with WWE. When Jim Ross contacted him about rejoining the company, Paul at first refused the offer, but Ross then called again with an offer. Like, hey, look, we can do better. At that time, he was suffering from health problems and depression related to his obesity and underwent gastric bypass surgery. In November of 2003, as a signing bonus, the WWE agreed to pay for the surgery, as Ross promised. That's pretty good. I think that's good. They didn't have to do that. Like, good on them. After recovering, he reappeared as the Paul Bear that we know and love in March 2004 at WrestleMania 20, alongside Undertaker in a match against Kane. And if you don't know the match, like the Undertaker Kane story, there's a lot to it. I don't want to get it all wrong because I'm not that big of a wrestling nerd. But so the Undertaker supposedly accidentally burnt down a house and he thought he killed his brother, right? So Kane shows up as the brother that he supposedly thought he burned, but he didn't. And that's why he has to wear the mask. And I think that's a lot of the storyline. I mean, if there's a lot, or if I got all that wrong, just let me know in the comments. I feel like I'm in the ballpark, right? That might be a single. I'm not hitting a home run with that, but I might can at least get on base with that. So, man, that wind is, I don't know, you can see behind me, that storm looks like it's getting close. So, on June the 10th of 2005, Bear announced that he had signed a new deal with WWE, allowing it to market his personality and requiring him to attend autograph sessions, make promotional appearances, and occasionally, do TV spots and house shows. And in late 2007 at SmackDown in Mobile, Bear joined the Brothers of Destruction at ringside, carrying that original urn that we love so much. And on September 24th, 2010, an episode of SmackDown, Bear made his first on-screen appearance in 6 years after being brought out in a casket. He helped The Undertaker, who was feuding with Kane, once again, over the World Heavyweight Championship by restoring Undertaker's powers with the urn. I don't know if y'all just heard that, but I think that's the sound that they may be done, putting. They got to be burying the body at this point. How fitting, Undertaker, Kane, and all that stuff, right? And on March 2nd of 2013, Moody attended the annual Gulf Coast Wrestlers Reunion in Mobile, riding in a wheelchair. According to the club board member, Cowboy Bob Kelly, Moody was having breathing difficulties at the event. He was coughing and told friends he was going to get treatment for respiratory problems as he had had trouble standing at the time. Kelly said that Moody was treated for blood clots soon after that reunion. So on March 5th, 3 days later, Moody passed away of a heart attack here in Mobile at 58. Which, as I get older, 58, it's not that old, right? When you're 16, 58, it seems old, but when you're almost 40, 58, not too bad. But almost 1 year to the day, so on March 3rd now he passed away on the 5th in 2013, so on the 3rd of 2014 of March, an episode of Raw, it was announced that Paul Bearer would be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So what I'm going to do is, normally we finish at the grave. Like when I say he's passed away, I'll turn the camera around and say, this is it. But right now, I don't really know if I want to. I'm going to give them a minute, and we'll just go up there, and I'll do the outro as we go to the grave. We'll do this one a little bit different than the way I normally shoot, which is fine. No big deal. So the next time I see you guys, I'll probably be up there. I'm going to, we're going to try to do this without making too much of a fuss. They're still over there doing what they got to do, but we're going to go over here and do what we got to do, right? That's what we came here for, is to visit the grave and pay our respects. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go. William A. Moody. Right there. It is a mortician. His wife Diana, she passed away in 2009. So from what I can tell, that's a whole lot. Like that's Moody's that go all the way down through there. So yeah, we're just gonna, this is normally not the way I do it, but for those guys, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's tough. You come during the middle of the week to do a video, and we're kind of in the middle of, there's 1, 2, 3 behind 4. I think they have 5 tents up today. So I don't know if there was 5 funerals today or at least 5 this week, and they just haven't collected them yet. So yeah, that's one of the challenges. Like I've been to numerous cemeteries to do quite a few videos where they've had funerals, and I would either have to wait or kind of call an audible and just would go do something else. Hasn't been much, but it's happened a time or two. So yeah, thanks again. Like I said, I hope the wind hasn't been too terrible. It's been a little windy. It didn't seem like it was going to be like that today on the way down here. I'm just glad it's not. I'll take the wind though over 30 degrees and snow. They can keep all that up north. I think the channel should just move down south. We'll just start doing all of our videos in Miami, or we'll go overseas. We'll just go down to, how about we just relocate the channel to, Cozumel. We'll go to Mexico. You know, we'll just start doing back roads in Mexico. We'll get in with the cartels. I'm just being facetious, but you know. So yeah, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Sometimes you gotta go through a little bit to get something, but it's okay. It was worth it. I'm glad we got to visit Paul Bearer. He's a guy from my childhood and hopefully your childhood. And if you didn't know much about him, hopefully you learned a little bit today. But yeah, thanks for watching. And you never know what you're going to find out on the back roads. I'll see you guys next time.